All right, we're back and working on this church remodel. Here's the plans. You can kind of see a giant octagon in the middle, 3 big additions, huge onion bloom sitting on top of the octagon. That's what this video is about today. We had to hoist that giant ornamental onion bloom on top of the octagon that we had built earlier this year. And it is a giant monstrosity. It's a pretty extensive addition that we did on this place. Pretty radical. I think I posted a couple videos about it, so you may find those if you're interested. That's basically the old profile of the roof. That's what it looked like before we added all these different wings and octagon towers. Here's a little clip of what the church looked like before we started this addition. It was just one roof line, one little sniper tower in the corner. This is what it looks like now. A bunch of different stuff flying off it, additions everywhere. And here's the onion bloom, which came in 8 pieces, about 40 bolts in each seam, tons of bolts. We built this thing on a platform so we could climb underneath it and access all the bolts. We got it all bolted together. And this was our test lift. We actually had to move it closer to the building, and then the crane operator had to move again to get close enough to be able to lift it. We made a custom spreader. Our friend who did the footage from his drone also made the spreader that you see up there. We didn't have any, they don't make anything to lift this. Here's the octagon, actually lifting the octagon roof and section into place. We built that on the ground previously, rigged that up, flew that in there. Anyways, custom spreader we had to create because, again, stuff to lift items like this doesn't exist. You just have to fabricate and do your best, and that's what we did. Luckily, we know some very competent people who were able to give us a good rating, an unofficial rating, but this was 3,000 pounds, and we were rated well beyond that. We have an escape hatch through the top of the octagon, so my partner Mark and one of our fearless guys were up there. Lowered the octagon, or lowered the onion bloom over their heads. Pretty ballsy move here. Pretty scary. Also, these guys, you have to accept a little bit of danger in this work, I guess. We did it as safely as we could, and they're obviously harnessed off, but again, having 3,000 pounds lifted over you, that's dangerous. We dropped her into place. We had a giant bead of caulk around the perimeter, as well as flashing set up according to the details that the architect had provided us. We got our guys on the machine, aligning it. We had layout lines snapped on the inside as well, so we could tell from the inside if it was centered proportionately. And you can see the wind whipping through the trees over there. It's pretty windy as well for an added element of danger. There's our 2 fearless guys up there. And we got her. We stuck her on there. Everything went smoothly. Lag bolted it down through the inside, and then the guys escaped through the escape hatch and climbed down a series of ladders and scaffold. They're about 40 feet up from the ground inside the church. Pretty high ceiling right there, and quite an interesting day to say the least. That's it, guys. I just wanted to share that video, show what we've been up to. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe out there. Frame on.